Good morning to all my friends at Parker Elementary. I'm Miss Purser and I'm so happy to have a few moments today with you. We're going to continue talking about the 7 habits of happy kids, and we're going to revisit habit number 1, which is be proactive. Today's story to illustrate habit number 1, being proactive, is called Just the Way I Am by Sean Covey and illustrated by Stacy Curtis. Pokey the porcupine was sad. Every time he walked by Biff the beaver, Biff made fun of him. "Hey, Pokey, your quills look like a pile of toothpicks." Mean old Biff. Pokey would go home and look in the mirror. Biff is right, thought Pokey. My quills are ugly, so ugly. I'm not going to school anymore. And here's Pokey, the porcupine, feeling sad about his quills. His friends tried to help. "I like your quills," said Goob Bear. "They're spiky." "He's being outlandish," said Sophie the squirrel. "Out what?" said Sammy Squirrel. "You mean silly," said Sophie. "There's nothing wrong with your quills." "I think he rude," said Tagalong Alley the mouse. So there are his friends trying to encourage him that there's nothing wrong with his quills. "You're a porcupine. You're supposed to," excuse me, that's my cat. "You're a porcupine. You're supposed to have quills," said Jumper Rabbit. "Just like I'm a rabbit. I'm supposed to be bouncy." And see, there's Jumper trying to demonstrate to Pokey that we each have special things about us, and that's who we are. He's a rabbit. He's got to be able to jump. Pokey's a porcupine. He's got to have quills to protect himself. Pokey went for a long walk in the meadow. He thought about all his friends had said. Here he's going for a long walk. He stopped and looked at his reflection in Cherry Creek. There he's looking at himself and thinking about himself. He wiggled his quills up. He wiggled his quills down. They made a nice tinkly sound in the wind. So he's learning that his quills make a cool sound. They sparkled in the sun. Pokey decided that quills weren't so bad. "I like myself," he thought, "just the way I am." Excuse me, cat's visiting again. The next day, Pokey went back to school. So Pokey got feeling better and went back to school. "How come your quills poke out so far?" said Biff. Biff being mean again, picking on Pokey about his quills. Pokey smiled and walked away. He was not going to let Biff ruin his day. There's Pokey just smiling and walking away. He's responsible for himself. He knows that he's not going to let somebody else make him feel bad. The next morning, Pokey decided he liked his quills so much he would show them off at school. So he even decorated them. He put glitter on them, make them look pretty. All of his friends gathered around him. Look how happy his friends are for him, because he's got such pretty quills. "I wish I had quills," said Biff. You see, there's mean old Biff realizing that quills are kind of cool. And there's all his friends that support Pokey and his quills. So, that was the story of Just the Way I Am by Sean Covey and Stacy Curtis. And it's a good illustration that we are responsible for ourselves. We have to be proactive. We can determine what kind of day we have. We can determine that we're going to be happy and embrace ourselves just the way we are and not let other people that are mean and tease us bring us down. And that's an important lesson to learn because there's always going to be people out there that don't like us. It's a sad fact of life. Not everybody likes everybody. And there's some people that can't handle people that are different from them. But what we have to do is appreciate the things about us that make us unique and not let what other people say bring us down. Just as many people don't like us, there's a bunch more people that do. So you are responsible for you. You're responsible for your happiness and having a good day and not letting other people ruin your day. I want you to know we miss you so much, and we can't wait for all this to be over and us to be able to see you again. I hope you know that you're loved, you're missed, and I want you to have a great day.